We want to tell you about a startling development in a case we have been following of a North Carolina man sentenced to 80 years in prison for rape and burglary. 64-year-old Ronnie Long is his name. He has always said he was innocent, and he was suddenly released late last week after the state of North Carolina admitted it could no longer defend the case and asked the court to vacate his convictions. Only on CBS This Morning, Erin Moriarty spoke to Long in his first TV sit-down interview since his release.
64-year-old Ronnie Long left a North Carolina prison last Thursday in sartorial style, thanks to friends and family waiting outside who never lost faith in his innocence.
To be able to walk out them gates without being supervised.
I love you, man.
No doubt, no doubt. It was breathtaking.
When his lawyer, Duke University law professor Jamie Lau, first called with the news, Long couldn't quite believe it.
He said, Jamie, is this real? Am I really going home?
You serious? Okay, but now the state can't go back on their word. They got to stick to what they say.
In fact, the state kept its word, finally ending Long's 44-year quest to clear his name. It began in May of 1976, when Long was accused of breaking into a home in Concord, North Carolina, and raping a 54-year-old white woman, Sarah Bost. Although there was no physical evidence tying Long to the crime, he was convicted by an all-white jury and given an 80-year sentence.
I feel as though the criminal justice system here in this state failed me.
It was only after spending nearly 30 years in prison that Long learned that Concord police investigators had tested more than a dozen pieces of evidence and had hidden the results. That evidence, as Attorney Lau described in an interview last month, supported Long's innocence. Did the defense at trial know that there were 43 fingerprints found at the crime scene that didn't match Ronnie Long?
They did not.
Did the defense know that there had actually been a rape kit taken and evidence taken from the victim?
They did not.
Did the defense know that a hair that was found at the crime scene did not match Ronnie Long?
They did not.
But attorneys for the state argued that none of this would have changed the original verdict, and Long remained in prison despite growing protests and demands for his release.
Justice delayed is justice denied.
I'm 64, going on 65. They took my life away from me when I was 20 years old. I ain't got nothing but memories. But yet and still, you say the evidence that was collected in the case was immaterial.
Until last week, when the Fourth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals finally ruled that Long's rights had been violated by, quote, a troubling and striking pattern of deliberate police suppression of material evidence. Oh, God! Oh, the North Carolina Attorney General's office decided to no longer fight the case and asked for Long's release. We were with Long when he got more good news.
We just got the dismissal from the Cabarrus County District Attorney's office. You're clear, entirely.
That dismissal of all charges officially gives Long back his innocence and his life. He has a lot of catching up to do.
It's over.
Mama!
It's over. I'm talking on the phone, and I'm thinking I got to lean this way here to be heard. Look, I'm thinking that's the only way the thing gonna work.
Long wants to spend time with his family, including his wife, Ashley, whom he married in 2014, and visit the graves of his parents.
I know my mother and my father died with a broken heart. I'm gonna tell them now when I go visit the grave site, your son is clear.
The North Carolina Attorney General did not want to comment publicly on this case. So the next step for Long and his attorneys is to go to the governor, Roy Cooper, and ask for what is called a pardon of innocence so that he can apply to the state's wrongful conviction fund. It's not going to make him whole, but it will certainly give him something to live on. And Tony, believe it or not now, Ronnie Long can vote, and he told me he plans to.
Very good to hear, and also very, very good to see an innocent man walk free after all these years. Erin, thank you very much.
He's very impressive.
I had what to watch.
Not bitter.
I'm always amazed that people can lose decades of their life and yet not lose their optimism or their fellow feeling. All right, Erin, thank you very much.